Good evening, everybody. We are back again talking about the Serenity Women's Writing Retreat that I am super excited about, coming up April the 8th through the 11th in Cambridge, Maryland. And this evening, we have another one of our incredible workshop presenters that's going to be joining us at the retreat. And so, we've met, I think you've met 3 others so far. And so this is our final introduction because we are in the planning stages now. All the goodies are showing up, and this is the part that I absolutely love. And anybody who knows me knows I just get such a kick and a thrill out of planning for my guests. And so I'm super excited. So tonight we have with us Ms. Laura Dorsey, who is going to be joining us at the retreat. And I'm just super delighted to have you, Ms. Laura. And so welcome to broadcast this evening. I'm just excited to get to talk with you a little bit, share you with the people.
Thank you for having me. I most certainly appreciate it. I'm so excited about this opportunity.
Yes, I'm so happy that you're going to be joining us. And so I just wanted to introduce you to, first of all the guests that are going to be attending the retreat. So I want them to already know how fabulous you are coming in the door. And so I just want you to share a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your writing journey thus far.
Okay, well, let me tell you a little bit about myself first, and then I'll tell you about the writing journey. I am a retired university professor. I have been teaching at the university for over 20 years. And prior to that, I was in corporate America. I was vice president of operations of a bank where we did securities trading. So we traded stocks and bonds for trust account customers. And so that's a little bit about my background. And so now that in my retirement, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with all of this knowledge that I have gained over the years and be able to put it to good use? And so at the university, I taught basically English. I was chair of the English department and taught my students about how to write. And I'm thinking, oh, that's all I know. And so how do I parlay that into my retirement years? And so this is what I've done. I write for several different magazines. I've been an editor for magazines. I figured if I could grade students' papers, I could grade articles for the magazines. And so, it's like, this was like no different than what it is that I'm doing. And then someone, Miss Kimberly, said, you should write a book. And I was like, I can't write a book. I'm an English teacher. I grade students' papers. This is what I do. I'm not going to write a book. And then her good friend Yolanda, who's also, part of the conspiracy, actually introduced me to a couple of people. And Yolanda took me to a book signing where I met Sharon Bullock, who said, you should be part of my book. And I'm like, I don't have anything to say. I grade other people's stuff. I don't write about myself. And so I came home, talked with my daughter, and she said, you absolutely can do this. And I was like, what would I write about? So the book was Embracing Your Sexy 60s. Now I figure I got all of that. I'm sexy and 60, but what am I going to say? So my daughter's like, she said, the best thing you ever did in your life, I mean, 60, my whole life, what do I say? She said, the best thing you ever did was marry my dad. So I figured, okay, let's talk about the best thing I ever did, because, she's the daddy's girl. So I wrote a story about my husband who had passed away. So it sort of became my love story to my husband. And it's the first and probably only thing that I ever wrote about myself. The book became an Amazon bestseller. I had to call Kimberly and go, yay, But it also sparked a conversation that the writing for myself, I could actually write for other people too. And so my book writing started, as a retiree, because Kimberly said, you need to write a book.
Yes. And look, guys, let me tell you, she was adamant. I do not have anything to write about. And she did not want any parts of it. Like we were at a gathering that even I kept telling her, you should really write a book. So I was like, you have such an interesting life. And she's, doing magazine stuff, a former professor. And I'm like, I know there's this amazing story there. And she's like, no. I don't want to do that. I don't have anything to write about. And look at you now. No. Look at you now. No. Fabulous book. I mean, like you did the darn thing. Yeah. So just so proud of you and just so elated about how well that went. And like you said, you know, you hit Amazon #1 bestseller. And what a great testimony for your first time out as an author that wrote about yourself. And
Yeah.
so I'm just so excited about that. So I just think that's amazing. So I'm glad that you stepped out of your comfort zone and trusted those of us who knew you could do it. So that's awesome.
And I appreciate it. And I so certainly appreciate it. And I have always given you all the credit for this.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. And so I just want you now to share a little bit with our guests what you're going to be sharing with them at the Serenity Women's Writing Retreat next month.
Well, there's a couple of things when we talked about this. Okay, again, okay, first I wasn't a writer, so now how am I going to go to retreat? What am I going to say at the retreat? Well, one of the things that that I talked about is the fact that when I wrote this book, the Embracing My Sexy 60s, it was an anthology. Okay, an anthology, you know, but in all your writing, you know, audience knows all of that. It's a collaboration of several different women. So there were 20 women that were part of this particular book project. Well, there were about 5 of the women who were so very, very busy that, you know, they wanted to be part of the book. They didn't necessarily have a chance, you know, to have the time to be able to write. Well, guess what? I'm a ghostwriter. And so what I did is that there's 5 women in there. And again, I'm a ghostwriter, so you'll never know. And I actually ended up writing their stories. And one of the things that I told them about is that if I'm going to write your story, we have to work closely together. So again, one of the things we're going to talk about the power of collaboration, you know, because the most ordinary things can become extraordinary if you do them with the right people. And so working with me, letting me tell your story or whatever, became, you know, fantastic. Well, that collaboration effort turned into another couple of anthologies that I've actually been able to work on. So I'm a fantastic ghostwriter because I don't have a problem. I love collaborating with people. I love hearing your story, telling your story a whole bunch, you know, better than I do mine. So that's one of the things that we're going to be able to talk about. We're going to talk about collaboration. We're going to talk about ghostwriting. Because sometimes if you have a story, you want to tell it, and you can't tell it, you go to an expert. You know, when I want my hair done, don't try to do it myself. I go to Chelsea to get my hair done. You know, I want to go to my dentist. I go to the dentist. You're not supposed to be the subject matter expert at everything. That's why you hire somebody to be able to do that.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be so fantastic. So fantastic. Coming from the master storyteller, going to be shared with them about storytelling, ghostwriting, and the power of collaboration. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited about all that. Our guests are just going to be so well fed, not only food fed, but knowledge fed at this retreat. And it's just going to be incredible. And I'm so happy that you're going to be hanging out with us the whole time. And so that's going to be great. So you'll be there for the roundtables and just all the questions that people may have. And so I'm just excited about it. It's like right around the corner now.
I know. I'm so excited too. I'm looking at my calendar every day. It's like, it's coming.
Getting closer. It's getting closer. And I'm in here like, okay, everybody send all my goodies, but everything is arriving on time. And so I'm just super excited. And so just again, this wasn't supposed to be a long interview. And so I just wanted the opportunity to get to present you to, first of all, my Facebook friends and for the participants that will be with us at the retreat. And so, so I'm looking forward to seeing you and sharing you with everybody.
I am looking forward to being there.
Yes, you got to get your pajamas ready.
Yes.
You got to get your pajamas ready.
Yes. Okay. I don't know whether I want to be in pajamas or whether I want to have like the sexy pajama gown. Okay, I haven't figured out whether I want to be sexy 60s or whatever, or just like cool and comfortable. But I'm working on it.
It's all women. We're going to have a ball. We're going to have a fantastic time. And I got to find my perfect PJs for the PJs and poetry on Friday night. So that's going to be super exciting. And so, So guys, that's it. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about the Serenity Women's Writer Retreat, introduce Miss Laura to everyone. And I'm looking forward to it. If anyone needs more information, www.laboopublishing.com/events. And so I will see you guys. Just stay tuned and watch out, because if you're not coming, I don't know why you're not coming, but you can just watch and see all of the fabulousness show up, because you know I'm going to be, what does that little reel say? Prepare to be sick of me.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we are going to have such an amazing time. Thank you so much, Ms. Laura, for allowing me to interview you and spending time with us for a little bit. And I look forward to seeing you next month at the retreat.
And I look forward to seeing you and the entire audience that is going to be there at the retreat too. And thank you for helping me start on my journey. And if you're not going to be there, I'm telling you right now, Kimberly started me on my journey. She might be able to do the same thing for you too.
Yes, yes. You know, I'm all about the writing.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, everybody. Good night. Take care and be blessed.
Okay, thank you.